The meeting of the Marquette City Commission is called to order at 6 p.m. on Monday, January 8th, 2024. Please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. City Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Larson?
Here.
Commissioner Mayer?
Here.
Commissioner Ottaway?
Here.
Commissioner Schlegel?
Here.
Commissioner Smith?
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Hanley?
Here.
And Mayor Davis.
Here. Commissioners, we have an agenda in front of us. May I have a motion for approval? Commissioner Schlegel
I'd like to approve the agenda as written.
and Commissioner Smith.
Second?
Any discussion?
None.
Okay, all in favor say yes.
Yes.
Opposed? Motion carries 7-1. I have no announcements this evening, so we are going to move right on to boards and committees. And we have an appointment and a reappointment this evening, commissioners. Commissioner Ottaway.
I move to appoint Kingsley Agassi to the Marquette Housing Commission for an unexpired term ending 7/9/27 and reappoint Justin Basso to the Board of Review for a term ending 2/1/27.
And a second? Commissioner Schlegel.
Second.
Discussion?
Nope.
Nope. Thanks for serving.
Okay. All in favor say yes.
Yes.
Opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Moving on, we're going to open it up for public comment. Comments may not exceed 3 minutes per person. Please state your name and physical address and when making public comments.
Good evening, Margaret Brum, 404 East Magnetic Street. As this is the first meeting of 2024, I have some housekeeping issues I'd like to ask the commission to consider. The first one is a continuation of a request I made last year, which I would like to renew, which is that the city does a fantastic job of posting the agenda with all the attachments for both the city commission meetings and the planning commission meetings. For example, here's the city commission agenda, and here's the planning commission meeting agenda, tonight's meeting and then tomorrow meeting. Very easy to find, very easy to read, very easy to know if you should attend. Unfortunately, the rest of the committee meetings don't have the agendas posted on the city website. You can, of course, request a copy of the agenda from Andrew McIver, if you know Andrew McIver and you have his email and you are interested in the meeting attendance. And what I'd like to do is encourage, at least even if it's just for a trial time period, that for the year 2024, that you request that each of the committee chairs get you an agenda in time to post it so that people have a chance to see what the committees are taking up. For example, last summer, I went to the Marquette Harbor Committee meeting. It had to do with the sauna issue. And it turned out they're doing a revision of the Marquette Harbor Code for both the lower and the upper harbors, and then they're going to do it internally and then present it to the public for comment. And I'm absolutely sure that if you're into harbors and boats and marinas, that you would want to know about that and to have a chance to have your input early in the process rather than later. But I just happened to be at that meeting because of the public sauna. So I would encourage that to be done, even if it's just done on a trial basis, because I understand it's not required, but I think it's very, very important because so much happens in those committee meetings. Speaking of what happens in the committee meetings, I read in the notes from the Planning Commission meeting that as of tomorrow night, Mr. Stenshoff said that the next meeting for the Planning Commission is going to be video recorded. And that if it works out well, we're going to start video recording all of the meetings of the Planning Commission, and then which will allow us to stop having to produce verbatim meetings for all of the meetings. I think that's fantastic. I think having the Planning Commission be videoed and put on the City Commission channel like your City Commission meetings would be a fantastic addition to the city because so much happens in that Planning Commission, and the opportunity to watch it and to listen to the discussions would be very, very educational. So I was very, very pleased to see that, and I hope that it can be done, and I hope that the commission will consider like I said, even on a trial period, getting those agendas posted. Thank you for your attention.
Anyone else for public comment? Seeing none, public comment is closed. Which brings us to our presentation of the Board of Review by Justin Vassal, who is the chair of the Board of Review.
Good evening. Just like to thank you for the reappointment and the opportunity to serve the city residents of the city of Marquette. Let's see here, starting with Board of Review. Like with many of the boards and committees we have a lot of vacancies, so obviously get the word out to get people to get in and do some volunteering and stuff like that. The people I serve with, I just like to point out that it's a very diverse group. I serve with two people that are on there that are very knowledgeable, come from all walks of life, all sorts of backgrounds. They've been very helpful, as well as the city staff. Like many elements of public service, it's under the city charter, as long as with respect to state law. There's July, December, various boards. We have various meetings, things we can hear at those meetings, such as valuations, poverty exemptions can be heard at all times, and those types of elements. Assessing department, I'd just like to say, I think it's been a very professional assessing department to work with. I think it's short of outstanding. They've done a lot of proactive stuff that I think has made the Board of Review very simple, in my opinion. So I've told them that personally. We have 5 meetings scheduled for 2024, with the last one coming on December 10th. Moving on, property tax appeal procedures. I don't know if you really want to get into it, but there's certain things that we can and cannot hear. I believe this is pretty much set in either the state tax code or is under state law. So various deadlines, things of that nature that have to be met. Somewhat technical. Property tax appeal procedures, principal resident exemptions, those types of things. Again, Board Review has various authorities. Some they have no authority with. And then moving on. Components of taxable value. Total includes specific tax parcels. As you can see, there's many different parcels: utility, personal, commercial, other commercial facilities, new, industrial, commercial, all exist within the city limits of Marquette. Components of assessed value, again, are broken down. 2023 year parcel count by class. They get into residential, commercial, commercial personal, other exempt, 381 are exempt. Residential, 5,492. Out of the 7,769 parcels. Exempt parcels, as stated before, is 381. March Board of Review petitions over the years. This is 2023, 114 petitions were filed, various whatever's and whatnots, from veterans exemptions, poverty exemptions, it goes on, list goes on from there. This one, I like this relationship, a board review between the assessor and the taxpayer. We're kind of like, as it says here, we are kind of the referee in between this. Somebody brings in, we try and hear and make a determination as best we can, following such ideas as state law as well as common sense. And general informations, meetings may be few, but workload can be very heavy depending on year. Closing out with any questions. Again, it's been a pleasure to serve. Look forward to serving again in your faith and confidence in me. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Commissioners, any questions or comments?
Yes, sir.
Commissioner Ottaway?
Justin, first off, thank you for continuing to serve on the Board of Review. Thank you for serving in the past on the BZA. I'll tell a quick story. Every time I came here for city commission meetings when I was chair of the BZA, I would always reference this guy that was on the BZA for like 20 years. There he is.
Officially, it was 14. At least that's what the certificate said that came with some of these people. I was like, was it really 14? Come on.
Well, ultimately, it really shows the importance of finding good people in the community to continue to serve on all of these boards and committees. So all I wanted to say was thank you for doing that and continuing to be there. City of Marquette needs to find so many more people like you and the other people that serve in our community just to help fill these vacancies. But your willingness over the years does not go unnoticed. It's
Okay,
pretty.
well, thank you. Yeah, because you come across people, whether it's at Walmart or just out on the street, they'd say, "Thank you for being there for when I had a variance request," something like that. And it means a lot. It does. It's like, okay. So, yeah. So, not out to get anybody, just try and be fair and impartial. And here we go. Bless you. So, other than that, thank you very much. And I look forward to another 3-4 years, hopefully. Not 15, but that's okay. That's okay. So, all right. So,
Yeah.
Don't leave yet. Commissioner Schlegel.
Yeah,
okay, go ahead.
Justin, I was going to say the same thing. Thank you, Commissioner Attaway, because I'm sitting here, I'm going, I think this was the guy way back when I was on the Planning Commission that was on the BZA, when I served on the BZA as representative. And it's just remarkable. I pride myself in community service, and you obviously do too. And I just want to thank you personally for that, and thank Carol and your other members of the board there for the work that they do. It's kind of one of those quiet, under the radar type advisory roles, but it's incredibly important. So thanks for continuing to serve.
Well, you're welcome, and that's why I brought them up in my opening remarks, under the diversity and stuff like that. Obviously, you need a board, you need a team, and working with the city assessing taxation staff has been outstanding. So, okay. Thank you.
Okay, other commissioners? No? Okay, thank you so much, Justin, and congratulations on your reappointment. And I'll join these two commissioners in saying what a wonderful career you've had with us, a volunteer career. Thank you so much for all of those years. Okay. Let us move on to the consent agenda. Commissioners, do I have a motion about Pro Tem Hanley?
I move that we accept the consent agenda as presented.
A second. Commissioner Larson?
I will second that.
Any discussion? Other commissioners? All in favor, say yes.
Yes.
Oppose? Motion carries 7-0.
We're going to kill it.
Interesting. We're now back to public comments. Any member who would like to speak? Okay.
Barb Outside, 1324 North Front Street. I really like those ideas, Margaret. And as a member of the Traffic and Parking Advisory Committee, we've kind of talked about that as well. And I know it kind of takes a little bit of organization, but I agree it would be good for agendas to be available. And I just want to say those are two excellent suggestions. I know you wanted that from me, so anyway, that's it.
Thank you. Anyone else for public comment?
Margaret Brum, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Anyone else for public comment? I know that. Public comment is now closed. And we're going to move on to commissioners' comments. And we're going to start with Pro Tem Hanley.
You can skip right by me. I have nothing tonight. Thank you.
Commissioner Schlegel?
Thank you. Real quick, I think it was a great holiday season. I'm excited to get into this new year and get to work on everything that's important with the city. Our first concernable snow, I think, is on the way tonight and tomorrow and then maybe into the next day. Please be careful, drive a little slower, and don't forget that there's a lot of new people from out of town that are going to this university that are probably going to be wondering what the heck these hills and the snow are doing in a place like this, but be aware of what's going around you, and that's it. Thank you.
Commissioner Smith?
Two things. One, I just wanted to thank the Public Works Department in advance for the snow work they're about to do. Hopefully, that's hopeful because as much as, I love snow, it also is crucial for some of the upcoming events in our community, like the Nequamanon Ski Marathon, we've got UP 200, and a variety of other smaller events that, and just tourism that bring in money for our small businesses in the area. And second of all, go blue. That's all.
Commissioner Larson?
No comment tonight.
Commissioner Mayer?
No comment.
Commissioner Ottaway?
Yeah, real quick, just two quick points. As Commissioner Schlegel already pointed out with the winter season, getting here pretty fast, and somewhat unexpectedly, just because it hasn't been here. Just wanted to remind everyone to make sure you're giving our plow drivers room. I've actually followed behind some traffic in town and noticed that some people maybe don't understand that message at this point and get a little bit too close for comfort. So give those guys some room. And also, one of the things that seems to happen every winter, garbage cans, reminder, get them out as far as you can, and please do not park in front of people's garbage cans. That way they're accessible. Garbage and recycling. Thank you so much.
Well, this is certainly one of the shorter meetings we've ever had. I promise you that it probably won't continue like this, because I know we have a ton of work coming up this upcoming year, and I'm really looking forward to 2024. But I also have no other comments, so I'm going to turn it over to the city manager.
Thank you. Yeah, don't get used to these light agendas because I assure you that we are working on some big things, and staff has been incredibly busy despite a light agenda. I just wanted to have 2 reminders sent out here that there's community office hours coming this Wednesday, so please join me at the Peter White Public Library on Wednesday from 10 until noon in the Shiras room. And it's a casual conversation, no agenda on my part, but a lot of people come to either say thank you or to get some issues resolved. So it's a lot of fun to see who comes out. Then also, I just wanted to remind everybody to pay attention to the PSA that was issued at the end of December, early January regarding voters on permanent ballot lists. There are some things that are being clarified here that we often remind our voters when we have the primaries coming up and with those absentee ballots. So I don't necessarily want to read the whole thing, but you can find those on the city's website and also located in, I believe, the Mining Journal and a few other places. So please pay attention to those. And that's all. Thank you.
And with that, I will conclude this meeting at 6:17 p.m.